In an unpredictable world where everyone strives to be extravagant, two men dare to be average.
Ain't nobody gonna hate on us.
Either way, that's
If
fine.
so, fuck them.
I was gonna say a lot of people probably hate on us. That's cool.
Why expect the best when you can settle for the rest? Adam McElroy,
Hate the phrase Mercury retrograde.
Ryan Baker.
I mean,
Now-
dogs walk around, you can see their penis.
It's the Average AF Podcast.
The Average AF Podcast can be listened to on all major streaming services. I'm talking really fast right now because that's what they do in movie trailers. Please drink responsibly. Blah, 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 blah.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the episode.
Hello.
I guess we're
Coming
in
in
here
hot.
now. We are in here now. Talking about the plans for the future.
That's right.
If we get more money, so we are broke. But yeah, what I was saying though, just so you guys know, here in a couple weeks, a couple episodes, I guess, I'll be moving to a new place. Very excited about that.
Gang, gang.
But the cool thing there, what I was saying is there's a lot of cool spaces to record
Yeah.
in the new place. A lot of
different
cool
spots.
spots. Yeah.
We should just get a green screen,
We could get a green screen.
and then we could record on Mars.
Yeah, but the weird thing is to get a green screen, it actually makes it look like a lower budget
Really?
than to not have a green screen. Unless you have like great software and
So
stuff.
then we'd
which-
really have to go to Mars to make it look good.
Yeah, that's the best option. That's probably the easiest option.
Well, patreon.com/averageaf.
Average AF podcast. Yeah.
Podcast?
How do you not even know what the Patreon website is, dude?
Because I don't handle the socials.
Yeah, I know you don't.
But you can go there.
Oh my god.
So we can take a trip to Mars.
But yeah, thank you guys for checking out the episode. Please check out Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/AverageAF podcast. As little as $1 a month. I mean, it's
Or
really
150,000 one-time
you
deposit.
could do that. You could do that. Yeah, absolutely. You could do an annual subscription. So, like, if you've ever thought, like, which I know a couple people who have said this, like, hey, I wish I could just give you a certain amount of money right now as, like, support or whatever.
Right.
You can actually do that on the Patreon. If you say, hey, I want to throw $10 at you or whatever, sign up for the $1 tier for the year. It's a one-time payment. It's like $10, $11 or something like that. And then you don't have to worry about it again, and you get bonus content.
So we'll go ahead
Early
and take
release.
a quick break here real quick. So you can go ahead and check that out. All right. Thank
Appreciate you.
coming back.
And now that you're back, please go subscribe. We'll give you a second for that as well.
1 second.
All right, you did good on that one.
Perfect.
Now, we need you to like the video. We're asking a lot of you guys. Thank you for still being here if you watched through that whole thing. Baker's very upset.
So pissed about this.
Baker's very upset right now. What are you upset about? It is just us two today, by the way.
It is.
Things can and probably will go off the rails. Heads up. Stay tuned.
So I was pumped because I got these Sour Punch Bites, right? The little straw thingies
Yep.
in a bag. Sour Punch Bites, the title of the candy.
Same maker as Sour Patch Kids. You can tell by the font.
Yeah.
So,
Blue raspberry, bomb, usually like the most sour, right? Out of the sour stuff,
Sure.
I feel. This shit is not sour at all.
dude, 0.
Zero sourness whatsoever. Pissed.
Yeah, I like sour stuff too. So you're like, you want to try it? And
Yeah.
I did do nothing.
I just had to make sure it wasn't just me, too.
Yeah.
But no, there was nothing. Not even a tidbit.
Time out. Did you freak out and think you had the Rona when you realized that you couldn't taste sour?
No, I could taste the blueberry.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. But no, I try not to let that shit freak me out. Like, oh, no, fuck. No. But no, I'm upset about that. They're still good. And I'm still going to eat them. Don't worry about that world. But
Oh, yeah, we know.
But yeah, and they even look like they have all the sour stuff on them.
Yeah, I mean, it's coated and everything.
But there is nothing. Not a single thing.
Sorry, I got to look this up
That's
real
all right.
quick. All
Are
right.
you looking up if there's a thing I can email or,
I'm sure
talk
there's
to
a
him?
complaint department somewhere.
well, They're gonna get a complaint.
But on brighter news, news that I'm not upset about.
Yes,
Couple
please.
different things. First one, I believe it was last episode where you and BJ were judging me about how much I spent on UFC tickets, right? I believe it was a
little bit of a judge, and then it was like we're in your corner.
Yeah, but you were like there was some salt on it, you know.
A little bit.
Yeah. So I'm happy to report
Yes.
that I got a fucking steal.
Yes, you did.
Dude, so much. We didn't realize, so we were talking about it. I'm pretty sure I didn't even mention it to you before the episode started, that I got tickets or anything. I don't remember. But I didn't really go into detail. Obviously, you guys had to guess on the episode how much I paid for them and whatever.
Right.
So after the episode was over last week, I was pulling up the tickets to show you kind of where we're sitting and kind of things like that. And keep in mind, again, if you watch the episode, you know this. I bought the tickets on a Thursday. It was an early pre-sale, all this kind of stuff.
And didn't you say they were going pretty quick, too?
They were going pretty quick. So I was like, we got to pull the trigger. Ended up spending, with fees and all that, about $200 a ticket for some floor seats. Row H, which is what, 7-8 rows back, something like that.
About 8.
8, okay. 8 rows back from front row, on the floor and everything. Super excited, right? So that was Thursday. Friday comes, and the tickets release for everybody to buy and everything like that. So I thought I got early access just as early access. Like,
right.
I didn't think I got like a discount or anything like that, because the way I got the early access was just through an email.
That you randomly checked?
Yeah, I've never bought anything from UFC or anything like that, so it's no like rewards or, you know, anything like that. But so I pulled up Ticketmaster after the episode was over, and I was showing you, and right now, let me pull this up. I think the only thing left was row M. Let me see.
In your same section?
Yeah, same section. So what's that, like 5 rows behind me or something like that?
Now you're going a little bit too far up in the alphabet.
Right. So row M, though, same section, 5 rows behind me. I don't know if I'll be able to see this. $625.
Damn.
For row M in the same section.
Damn.
Row E, which is...
Your section.
Well, I'm H.
H.
E,
5.
F, G,
So
H.
3 ahead of you.
3 ahead of me is $753.
Damn.
Yeah. So row H would have been somewhere in the middle there, about $700 a piece.
That's
give
insane.
or take. Yeah.
Now, these might be resale too, right?
No, this is Ticketmaster.
That's Ticketmaster?
Yeah,
You
straight
can't
up.
resell on Ticketmaster?
You can. Oh, maybe you're right. Well, row E is still $750 official.
Is it?
But the verified resale is $625.
No shit.
So people are hiking them up then.
Yeah.
That would make more
Well, but
sense.
still, even if
But
it
still.
was the $625, like, you're still getting a hell of a
Right.
deal. Because that's what, 5 rows ahead of you?
5 rows behind me.
Or 5 rows behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's hell yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just wanted to throw it out there. Obviously,
Because we didn't know what the early... we were like, well, what is the early access then
Yeah.
if everybody... Like, if the shit's selling out, like, how is this really early access? Like, it doesn't seem like anything special. Well, now we know what the hell the special
Right.
thing is about it.
right. Yeah, and it was just a UFC newsletter that I got that I don't remember signing up for, but whatever. They said,
Kind of
hey...
glad you did now, huh?
Right. They said, hey, card in Columbus, which I knew it was coming up. I don't think they had the date out at the time or anything, but I knew it was kind of coming up. And yeah, and it was like pre-sale, use this code, and I was just bored, and I was like, all right, let me look.
Let me try it.
I was like, damn, that's reasonable. But yeah, like the whole, the I don't even know what you would call them, the seats around the actual stadium part,
Yeah.
whatever you would call those, they are all going for $200 or more too. And we got floor seats for $200. So I'm excited about that. Very happy about that. The resale makes a lot more sense. I didn't look at that. I never thought
That's
about
what you got
that.
me for.
Well, I mean, either way, I saved potentially hundreds of dollars.
And you didn't even have to switch to Geico.
Nope, I would though. Actually, I wouldn't. But yeah, that was kind of cool. I just wanted to give you guys an update. Like, hey, I spent a lot of money, but it could have been way worse. Way worse, for sure. What else you want to talk about?
You know what I really hate?
When people talk with their mouth full into a microphone?
Probably. I just want them to get the real effect that there's no sourness to any of that.
Well, they're pretty sour that you keep doing it.
That's crazy. No, dude, I was at work today.
Okay.
And by work, I mean our offsite in Shelby
Okay.
with no heat.
Oh,
Cold.
yes.
Unloading trailers.
Right now, I just happened to look right before you got here, and it's 15 degrees out.
Yes,
so,
I believe every single bit of it.
Yeah.
And I bet you it feels like something in the single digits.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Guaranteed.
Gotta love Ohio.
But yeah, so we get there, and like it was one of those days where it went wrong.
Okay.
And then things just kind of went more wrong.
Sweet.
Yeah, so
Sounds like an episode.
luckily I'm one of those guys where I'm like, I've never like, oh, it's not going to get worse.
Right.
Because I always know it's going to get worse.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So
It is what it is.
the first thing happens, like we get there, there's 3 trucks that pull in. We thought we were only going to unload 2. So we get the first one started. I try to get into the second truck, and the dock plate was like slanted too much
Okay.
for me to be able to get the machinery in there, like the equipment in there.
Right.
So there was no way for him to drop it, so we had to wait for the one guy to unload because we only had 3 doors, so they were all 3 about to be full. So I'm like, let me go to this third one. I go to the third one. I go to like put the dock plate up. He's too close to it, so I have to go back out in the freezing cold, tell him to back or forward, and then I get that one all squared away, right?
Right.
The pallet jack that I have there, the powered one.
That you stole.
No.
Not really.
But the one that we had there, I kept overnight. I got into it. I unload the third truck, like after we're done. Dude, my battery was down to like 35%.
Yeah.
We had 2 more trucks to unload.
Oh, no.
And still had to stage all of this stuff like on the other side of the warehouse. So I'm like, crap. So I call Andrew, dude at work, and I'm like, hey man, on this next load, I said I need to borrow a pallet jack. So he was like, all right. So he loaded one in there. It was only halfway full with battery.
Of course.
So I'm like, shit. So I ran mine dead and still had 1 truck to unload. It couldn't even get through the 1 truck. I was flashing at like 4%.
Jesus.
So I loaded that one and then finally got the other truck unloaded. And I moved like 6 skids to help like him stage. And when I say like trailer fulls, like there's 24 on each trailer.
Yeah.
So 5 times 24 is how many skids that we had out.
120.
Yeah, and some were double stacked. So we had a shit ton of skids.
Right.
So I helped move like 5 of them out of the 120. My shit starts blinking like it's about to die. And I'm like, oh God, dude.
What happens if they both die?
Well, that's the thing. I had to exchange the other one because we don't have a charger there for them. So
Well,
they
right.
were taking the empty trailers back to our warehouse, our
Okay.
fulfillment
With
center.
one to charge.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
just swapped it. And the other one's just chilling at the warehouse right now because I didn't have any other way to take it back. I
Right.
couldn't put it in my truck.
Well, right.
But, yeah, so that's dead. So I didn't have any other one, and there was no more trucks coming. So I started using the manual pallet jack,
Yeah.
which I was literally taking these things probably a good 50 feet, maybe to 100 feet across the freaking floor. I go to start using this thing, and for those of you that don't know with a pallet jack, when you jack it up, it's supposed to stay up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why this thing would slowly leak down.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So I'm pulling it, and it's doing it. So instead of just being able to pull it the whole way back, I've got to pull and pump at the same time,
Oh,
bro.
damn.
And I'm like,
You got
are
your
you
workout in.
serious? Dude, it's 1:30 in the afternoon, and I already hit 20,000 steps. I was like, get out of here. Or no, it was like 18,000 steps because I didn't do shit after I got home. But yeah, it was, dude.
This
it was
is
the worst.
I need you to do this more. This is how you get jacked and you can beat Jackie in arm wrestling.
Oh, it's probably gonna happen more. Don't worry, don't worry. And I can feel it now. I will be able to challenge her to a marathon.
Okay.
Because my legs, bro, walking backwards on a pallet jack. If you have to pull something, no bueno, no bueno with the calves.
Yeah, you've always ran though. Like, dude, I remember when you got Pearl, your dog, your first one, or your oldest one.
Yeah.
Now, and like you'd be like, yeah, we went on a little walk or whatever. And I'd be like, oh yeah, where'd you go? And you'd fucking name something, and you're like, yeah, it was like an 11-mile walk or whatever. And I'm
It
like,
wasn't that far.
I'm like, dude, that would take me 6 days.
We did go for long walks, though.
Dude, I specifically remember you said like 7 or 8 miles one time.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that far, but I went. Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck? Because you went all the way to the Ashland University thing
Yeah, right
at one
there on
point.
Trimble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
back.
and back. Yeah, it was.
And
definitely
you went
a
the long
walk.
way, I think.
Yeah,
You went like the back way, like obviously not down Trimble.
it's relaxing, dude. I like walking. I don't know. It's a good stress reliever. I feel like.
Yeah.
And then there would be times too where I'd take her for runs. Like, I wouldn't run that much, but it was when I was trying to like get in shape and stay in
Right.
shape.
Dude,
And
I don't want to hear that shit. You eat only candy.
I know. But
What's
I'd go
the most you've ever weighed? 140?
45.
145?
Yeah, nothing past that.
Jesus.
But yeah, we'd go for runs, dude. And she's a fucking sprinter.
Yeah.
She is a sprinter.
She's also a dog, so that would make sense.
But she's like a nonstop sprinter. Like, she
Yeah.
does not want to stop, and she's not the type to like go at your pace. She wants to fucking go.
Right.
So it's
Crazy.
funny to watch her and Pearl though, or her and Ryder out in the
Yeah.
snow, because
I bet.
he's still trying to get speed on him, and he has none really.
He's
still.
just got all muscle.
Oh yeah, he does, because he'll just tackle the shit out of her.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's fun to watch them out there trying
He's
to chase
gotten
each other.
so big so quick.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Dude.
he's getting huge.
Hey, real quick, start the timer. I have no idea how long we've been recording.
Oh my goodness.
This is why we need people here.
That is true.
Damn, that says 25. I don't know. Are we at like 15 or 20 already?
We
Damn.
might be. You know what irritates me too?
What?
Buying Velcro at the store. It's such a ripoff.
I was waiting for it, dude. Oh, my God. So, like, okay, so obviously dad joke, right? So I was thinking about this, and, like, this isn't like a dad joke, but it's kind of a dad thought. And I wanted obviously, Tim was going to be here this week. I wanted to bounce
Failure,
it off both
Tim.
of you.
This is why it's hashtag cancel Tim week.
Yeah, hashtag cancel Tim.
Hashtag watch the video.
Hashtag points at the camera. But I wanted to run this by multiple people to get, like, their opinions. But and this isn't, like, well thought out, but I think you could make a joke out of it somehow or whatever. But it's just an interesting thing to think about.
Are you trying to give me ammo?
No.
make a joke?
No, because this is bad. But, well, I guess it would be right up your alley. But,
Asshole.
so, I'm getting a new place right here in a couple weeks. I will need a new refrigerator, right? Because I can't take the one from here. My roommate's staying here, obviously. So I'll need a fridge. And I'm like, okay, where can I get a fridge? Obviously, I could buy one new somewhere. And I was like, what about, like, a used fridge? Like, you know, like, that sounds kind of weird, but, like, you know, a decent fridge off Facebook or something. Make sure it's not, like, super dirty or anything like that.
Right.
But, like, and so I was kind of having that debate in my head. And I'm like, why do I think a used fridge is, like, could be gross? Like, obviously it could be, like, depending on the people and things like that. But the idea of, like, a used fridge just, like, kind of doesn't sound the cleanest. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like,
Yeah. I see where you're coming
you know
from.
what I mean, though? Like, I mean, I would get a used fridge. I wouldn't
I
worry
wouldn't
about
mind. But to your point, like, I'd make sure
I
that
could-
who I'd getting it
Yeah.
from.
I could see how people wouldn't want to do it, right?
Yeah.
So,
But I look at that as anything. I always kind of look at who you're getting the thing from before I get that purchase.
right.
Like with animals or
Yeah. But so I was thinking like, okay, I could, like I said, I could see how people wouldn't want to get a used fridge. I could see how some people would be like, nah, it's kind of gross or whatever. I don't personally think that, but I could see how people would come to that conclusion. So to those people, I would ask them, do you like your current fridge? Like, do you like your current fridge?
No,
No? Why not?
because Danielle broke too many of the damn shelves on
Well,
the side of the door.
If it was as it should be, would you like your fridge?
No, because it's time for us to get a new one. I think
You just got a new one.
a new fridge.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it.
Dude, I was there when you had 2 fridges in your kitchen.
That was the was that our
Yeah.
was that a brand new fridge that we got?
Yeah.
I thought they just left theirs there.
Yeah. And then you got a new one and moved it.
I thought we had ours from Galleon. I don't know. I want a new one though.
Well, my whole point was like, but see, this is why I wanted more people to get their reactions. But like, a lot of people would be like, yeah, like I'm satisfied with my fridge, right?
I mean, it works. I don't
Right.
need a
Right.
new one. Like I'm happy with what we've got. Do
but
I
I
want
wanted,
a new one?
I
Yeah.
wanted kind of Tim or BJ or somebody to be like, no, I wouldn't buy a used fridge or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd be like, are you happy with your current fridge? And most people are like, yeah, it's a fucking fridge, right? Well, that's a used fridge.
Because it's your used fridge, though.
Yeah, but okay, I agree, but getting it off of somebody, what's other than like nasty people?
Well, it's just the unknown. I think that's the biggest fear.
But
that
what
people
is
won't
the
get
unknown though?
Exactly. The unknown is unknown.
But the unknown can't be that bad.
It could be.
If it was that bad, it wouldn't clean up nicely or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, what if it looked nice, but then it stunk?
Well, then that's bad.
Yeah.
Then there was some issues going on there.
Yeah.
But
Or
I'm
you get it
saying,
and the ice machine doesn't work.
but I'm saying, well, that's just a bad working
Or
fridge.
you get it and it doesn't fucking cool.
Then it
Or
doesn't work,
the light's bad.
dude. But I'm just saying, like,
I'm saying all those things are unknown.
sure, yeah. But I'm saying a lot of people would like look down on a used fridge when they all have used fridges that are 5 or 10 years old. You know what I mean? It was just something I thought about. I'm like, it's a weird thing to think about. I wasn't really going to even bring it up, but you did a terrible dad joke, and it reminded me of it.
Well, my thing too with the fridge is, I mean, what are you putting in there essentially that's going to be open, like not in a container?
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, so a used fridge wouldn't really be that bad.
Yeah.
Unless it is that bad and it's nasty or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's not many used fridges that would be
Ours has
nasty.
definitely had some fucking spills before.
Sure, and every fridge has spills, but it's not like,
But we need a new one.
it's probably not like blood and shit. It's probably like fucking milk and water and,
Ketchup.
yeah, sure. That shit wipes right off. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It was just a weird random ass thought I had that like a lot of people would probably frown on a used fridge, except you've been using your used fridge for a decade.
But it's yours though.
Yeah, but who cares? To your point, every fridge has stuff contained. So why does it matter if it's yours or not?
I'm not one of those people that would be concerned about a used fridge.
Well, I wanted somebody to be concerned, damn it.
Damn it. Well, if you're concerned, make sure
Hey.
you go to YouTube and comment
Yes.
and subscribe.
So I think we should have a new rule on the show
What?
that no matter, well, this is a dangerous thing to say, but no matter what like your viewpoint of something is, I'm going to take the opposite. And vice versa.
And try to just argue the point.
Yeah, because I just
even
think,
if we disagree
Yeah.
so hard.
yeah, because I think that would be great content. Because
Okay.
if we agree on this used fridge, it didn't fucking work.
All right.
But if we disagree,
go ahead. What's the next subject?
well, the next subject was about being a kid. And then the subject after that is kind of a serious subject, but I think it's real.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Me and Steve were talking about being kids and stuff, and I just got curious. Like, if you could describe yourself as a kid, because my mom described me as a kid and she fucking nailed it in like just a couple sentences or a couple words or whatever. Like, how would you describe yourself as a kid? Like fun, outgoing, like.
I'd say both of those. Adventurous.
You'd be able to answer quicker if you don't have shit in your mouth.
I don't have it in my mouth.
Yeah, because it took you a second. You're like, hold on.
Hey, you were talking. I don't want to interrupt. But yes, I'd say I was fun and outgoing. But I was also like adventurous, curious, and stubborn.
So my mom called me a phrase that, like, it fucking nailed it. She called me a watch me kid. Which is like me being like, hey, watch this, watch me. You know?
Yeah.
And, dude, it's so fucking true, too. Because, like, growing up, like, I always had this thing for some reason. Whenever my parents watched me at something, I sucked at it. And it wasn't because I was nervous or anything like that. Like, I was big into basketball as a kid.
Yeah.
And I'd shoot around, and I'd sink threes and all this kind of stuff, and I'd have a great day. And then even if I caught her out of the corner of my eye looking at me from the house or whatever, I'd be like, all right. I'm like 8 years old, 9 years old. I'm like, all right. She's looking, but we're cool. We're good. We're relaxed.
And then you'd miss.
We've been making shots all day. Yeah. And then fucking air ball, brick. But, like, it was just so funny because she'd been watching for a while.
Yeah.
So, and this happened every day. And so I'd be making shots forever. And then she'd notice that I saw her, and she'd be like, all right, here goes. It just,
Here
dude,
it comes.
and I sucked. And, like, it wasn't a nervous thing. It was just there's some type of block. So she would actually, like, hide behind the curtains almost and, like, watch so that I couldn't see her. But if I saw her,
Game over.
yeah, I'd be like, we're good. We're good. We've been hitting shots all day. We're good. We're solid.
That is crazy.
And
how
then
that
just
happens.
brick. Dude, but it happened with everything for my whole, I mean, since I was like 6 to like at least 16.
No shit.
Like everything. Like, did you ever have an X Factor ramp?
Yeah.
Those plastic ramps?
Yes. The ones that can make like a tabletop
Yep.
where you could have the gap.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
So I got
Dangerous.
one of those, yes. I got one of
Dangerous.
those. And before I started skating, I rode BMX a lot.
Yeah.
And I had a BMX
I
bike
can relate to that.
and was doing tricks and stuff like this.
I didn't do many tricks, but I thought I was badass for having a BMX
Right.
with pegs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would bomb our hill the day I got it, bomb our hill, and I'd hit this X Factor ramp. Now, if you guys don't know, the front of the ramp is a kicker, so it kind of like curves up a little bit, and then there's flat, and then there's a landing piece. There's 3 pieces, and it's, I mean, 1.5 feet tall, maybe
Yeah.
2 foot tall at most. No, not even 2
No,
foot tall.
it's definitely like 1 foot to 1.5 feet tall.
Yeah, like it's small. It's made for kids.
Yeah.
It's made for like a 10-year-old.
I'm trying to describe it now, and I'm thinking like in my head, man, it was huge back then.
Right, dude.
It looked huge,
Yeah.
but I'm like, bro, that tabletop was probably only about maybe 1.5 feet too. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, the whole thing was 6 foot, maybe.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 foot. But dude, and I'm bombing this hill, going down and hitting this ramp and bunny hopping and fucking, like making it all the way past the landing one. And I'm like, I'm a fucking badass, and like just doing this for the whole day. And then I run inside and I say, Mom, watch this, watch this. She's been watching me all day, right? She knows I'm doing this. Yeah. And dude, and I bomb and I go straight from the door and just pedal, dude,
Killing it.
and it's hundreds of feet, like it's far. And I hit the hill and I hit the ramp and the bike fucking goes out from under me. And I'm like Supermaning now. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like I hit and I roll and like all this stuff. But dude, that's what happened all the time. I'd be
That's
like
insane.
Like, and I would know that I'd be like, all right, I want Mom to see this,
Like I want her to see this
Right,
badass jump.
Right. And I'd be like, all right, but go a couple more times, make sure you got it. All the time. I'd be like, Mom, check this out. And then I'd fucking die. Like, it happened on dirt bikes. It happened on everything, dude.
Like, damn it, Mom.
And I wasn't nervous. I wasn't like, it wasn't like, oh, she's watching me, I got to go bigger or anything like that.
She's putting a curse on you.
Yeah, dude, she's a witch. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of the story. Is she's a witch.
She's a witch.
Right.
Damn.
But yeah,
That's
I don't
crazy.
know. It's just, it was something funny me and Steve were talking about, and I don't know. Like, that was the type of kid I was, though. I was a crazy kid, and like, whenever my mom happened to watch me, I would hurt myself or look stupid.
That makes sense.
To no fault of her own, unless she's a witch. What's up, guys? A little break in the action here to shout out our Patreon producers and our small business sponsor. Our producers are Taylor, Tom, Patty Light, Barili, Steve, Joel, Sarah, Anthony, Jeremiah, Twitch.tv/Evil Tony, and the Teach a Dummy podcast.
Thank you all.
We appreciate all of you guys. We definitely couldn't do this without you. And then a big shout out, real quick, for the last time, probably.
Yes, we hope not, but we think so.
Yes, Brubaker Photography. We love you guys. All good things must come to an end, though.
Yes.
But we appreciate you. Maybe they'll be back next month. Who knows?
Like I said, I hope so.
Yeah. But
I hope so.
Thank you guys. They've supported us way longer and honestly way harder than anybody else.
Yes.
So thank you guys
for the love.
One last time, hit them up, facebook.com/BrubakerPhotography1. We appreciate you guys. Who else do we appreciate?
We appreciate Nate Collins. But yes, Spitzer over there on 4th Street here in Mansfield. Go ahead and hit that up and make sure you ask for Mr. Nate Collins.
Do it.
And why are we asking for Nate Collins?
I think you might need a new car, dude.
You might need one.
You might need
You
one.
might need one. It's getting freaking cold.
Yes.
I find out my truck doesn't really like the coldness too much.
You don't want to be walking anywhere.
You don't. No.
In these single digits.
So make sure you get a nice ride because Nate's going to hook you up.
Yup.
Whether you got good credit, bad credit, little credit,
Dude, I got no credit.
no credit, Nate going to hook you up.
All right. I'm going to go see him.
And make sure that if you sending somebody to Spitzer there on 4th Street, you
What they gonna get?
mention that you sent them his way, and they asked for Nate Collins, and you gonna get yourself a hundo.
A Hondo.
A hundo.
A Hondo.
One hundo.
Triple digits.
That's right.
in my pocket.
That's right.
Damn, Shine.
Benji.
Damn, Benji. I didn't know we were friends.
Yes, sir. But also keep that car looking fresh too once you
Absolutely.
get it through Nate, because he's gonna hook you up with some car washes for life.
Damn.
For the vehicle life.
Yeah.
But yes, hit him up. You can call him or text him. You know how it is these days. But that's 419-961-4581. Again, Nate Collins. Tell him your boys at Average AF sent you too.
Yeah, boy. And we do actually have a brand new small business sponsor.
Aw, shoot.
This is going to be Magical Vacation Planner by Hannah Price.
All
Now,
right.
if you recognize this last name, this is BJ's wife.
All right.
Shout out to Hannah.
Holla.
And she actually does something super cool. They've been telling me about this for, I think, since she got the job. It's awesome. It's a magical vacation planner. She helps with every aspect of your Disney experience, from planning through the end of the vacation. And the craziest part of it is she does it all for free.
Nice.
All for free. All for free. She can help navigate parks, get you fast passes, transportation from the resorts, the parks, the airport, resort info, anything like that. If you need anything at all, you don't even need to call Disney. You don't need to call the resort. You call Hannah.
That's what I'm
and
talking
she does
about.
everything for you. It's insane. It's all free of charge. For real, guys. You do not have to pay a single thing to Hannah. There's no gimmicks. There's no put in your credit card, you'll pay later. None of that kind of stuff. No
fine
payment
print.
info. Anything. You just plan it through her. She gets paid off of however she gets paid. I don't understand it, but she does. All I know is you do not have to pay anything. Definitely visit her Facebook page, which is facebook.com/MVP by Hannah Price. Hannah, HANNAHPRICE. So that's MVP, like Magical Vacation Planner by Hannah Price. Definitely go check her out. Support her. Support the show. Support the man, BJ. The crazy part about this is it's legitimately free.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's insane. So definitely go check that out on Facebook. We appreciate them. We appreciate you. Again, patreon.com/Average Podcast. If you want to shout out, if you want to help out your boys,
then do it.
Back to the action. I was good at all this stuff. Like, I remember in our front yard, it was like grass right here, and then there was like a little tiny like little bump type thing of grass, and then like the house. And I mean, the little bump part was maybe a foot or two tall, like it wasn't anything.
Yeah.
And I specifically remember as like a 7 or 8 year old standing on the top of that and backflipping off to the lower part of the grass. And I'd do that all the time. And then my mom would watch, and I'd like break my neck. Dude, and I don't know why.
Backflips are weird.
Dude, they suck. I'm too old for them now.
I think I did my first one. I've lived here, what, going on 5 years in Mansfield?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But it was like
it's got to be longer than that.
I don't know. It might have been like a year before I moved when I lived in Galleon still because we had a trampoline.
Yeah.
And I finally learned how to do a backflip.
Yeah.
And I'm still scared shitless to do it.
Yeah.
I know how to, but it's just that my body does not want to.
Yeah. That's because we're old.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know. When I see people do like the backflips and twists and shit.
Right. Dude,
bro.
Yeah.
That's why, dude, I love watching like gymnastics and stuff.
I do too.
Because I don't know how the hell any females or males twist their bodies and do any of that type of shit.
That's also another thing I wanted to do as a kid. I think I've said it on here. I was in gymnastics for a while. For like a year, I guess. But I was like 6 or 7. They didn't teach us shit. And like, because we had to go with the rest of the class. Mm-hmm. So the rest of the 5 or 6 year olds are fucking doing dumb shit. And I'm like, let's flip. Let's do stuff. Yeah. You know? So I would actually... class would end and my mom wouldn't show up for another hour because I'm just fucking around and like actually doing stuff. But dude, that shit was awesome.
Hell yeah.
I used to be able to. Jerry is literally, oh man, I got a story about Jerry. I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but I'm gonna tell it anyway.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's bad, but it's something I did.
It's definitely appropriate.
It's something I did.
Do it.
But I will.
Do it again.
Well, I probably will in the future, but, yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember what I was saying now.
Story time, you and Jerry.
Yeah, but what else? Oh, Jerry's the only person. This is what I was going to say. Jerry's the only person on the planet that was around and like a good friend with me when I used to be able to do, I always call it the Jackie Chan thing. When like he falls and stuff on his back.
Oh,
and then flips up to his feet. I used to be able to do that.
Like on the ground?
Yeah.
Not on a trampoline?
Yeah, on the ground. And Jerry's the only... Dude, that's why I'm keeping him around, because he's my reference for everything. I'm like, dude, you were there.
You were there.
You're the only person left that was there. But yeah, I used to be able to do that. I used to be able to do backflips. I used to be able to do all this crazy shit.
Could you do what is it, the 1-inch punch, or what is that?
Oh, what is
that, is it the 1-finger punch?
The 1-inch punch. Yeah,
1-inch punch?
me and my dad broke the bathroom doing that one day.
No shit.
Yeah, not really, but yeah, so.
What'd he do, just like?
Yeah, and we really did the towel rack right there. Mm-hmm. We were in the bathroom, and I'm 10 or 11 or something. My dad always liked Bruce Lee and all that kind of stuff, so I was always into it growing up. And we were just doing like, kind of like pretending doing 1-inch punches. Me and my dad fought a lot, like playfully.
Yeah.
And also not playfully. but I did it once to him, and I just went pow and hit him like right in the chest. And he was probably just off balance or whatever, but he kind of fell backwards. And we were in the bathroom, and his arm or body or whatever hit the towel rack and just fucked up the whole towel rack. And I held that over him for a long time. I was like, yeah. Like, I did that shit.
I did that.
Watch out.
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
But, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I wish I could do that shit.
It was fun.
I could just talk shit.
I was like 10 or 11. Like, and I'm saying, like, he was probably just leaning a certain way, and I just hit it right or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's not because I was fucking super strong.
My dad tortured me when I was younger.
I don't believe that for a second.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What, he put the candy out of your reach or something?
Hell no, that he would tickle me.
Oh.
And I'm the worst, dude. I swear to God on everything.
Don't you, like, start swinging when people tickle you?
Dude, I will. I will.
Patreon.com/FJ Podcast.
I've straight up warned every single family member in my household.
Yeah, I remember you
if
saying
they tickle my feet and I kick them, it's their fault.
Yeah. Dude,
I swear to God, dude, I fucking hate being tickled.
my dad's the same way because Harper likes tickling people because we tickle her.
Yeah.
But she's 3. She doesn't really know how to tickle. She, you just kind of play along. But so she's doing it. We're at my parents and stuff, and my dad's laying on the couch. And I forget. I told her, I said, hey, get grandma's feet or something, just messing around. And she said, I want to get Pawpaw's feet. And turned around, and the look on my dad's face was like, you better get her away from me. Like,
for her safety.
Yeah.
You better not.
Yeah. It was funny.
Dude, it legit though. He would get me on the ground, and my dad's much bigger than me. Much bigger than me.
Most people are. Women and children included.
But he would be able to, like, get me on the ground and trap me there and fucking tickle the shit out of me, dude. Like, I would literally almost hyperventilate. Like, it was bad.
While you were getting tickled, I was getting in fist fights with my dad.
Yeah, see, I guess I'd rather be tickled. But, like, it was always used against me, and it sucked. But Caden would do the same thing, like the whole just, like, fake tickling.
Yeah.
Dude, he learned how to real tickle, and, like, real tickle,
shit.
like, the spots that are most ticklish on me.
Yeah.
So he would, he went on a little spree. He doesn't do it anymore, thank God. But he would wake up. And he'd go, good morning, and go to give me a hug and get me right in the armpit, dude. And, like, legit make me go like this, like, oh, hey,
That's
hey, buddy.
amazing.
But, yeah, no, my feet are off limits, bro.
Dude,
I'll fucking kick you.
It's so weird when it's, like, I don't know, because tickling is supposed to be, like, something that you can't control. I don't know what the phrase for that is.
Uncontrollable.
Maybe. No, there's, like, a phrase for it.
What?
But, yeah, I mean... Something you can't control is what? Dude, you wouldn't have got the point on Jeopardy for that.
Yeah, you would have.
No, they'd be like, bitch, use the real term.
It is the real term.
Whatever. It's a word that doesn't mean it's the term. I don't know.
It worked.
But, yeah, it's supposed to be one of these things where, like, you can't control it or uncontrollable. And I've always been able to. Like, if somebody's tickling me, and, like, now a lot of times, like, I can't control it, obviously. But if somebody's tickling me and I'm just, like, not in the mood, I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't tickle.
It doesn't matter what mood I'm in. I could be sitting there with a fucking fever.
Yeah.
It's sitting there sick as shit, and somebody comes and tickles me. I'm laughing.
That's hilarious. So you want to hear the story about Jerry?
Yes, but I also want to tell you, my dad is no ounce of ticklishness.
Really?
Whatsoever. And my mom, a little bit.
Yeah.
Me, fucking everywhere.
See, I'm not that ticklish. Sometimes, like, I don't know, it's like right here. Do you ever get tickled, like, right there by the knee?
I'm there and behind the knee.
See, behind the knee never got me, but right here definitely did.
Yeah.
It doesn't anymore, but...
I've got all my sunspot, too, like right here, right up here, the armpits.
Yeah.
Dude, the sides are... If people come up behind me, bro, and they fucking do that, and they hit me with a scare and a tickle, oh, it fucking pisses me off so bad.
I was going to say you got piss in your pants after that.
No, like, there's literally, it does not matter who it is, and I do not want anybody to take it serious, but there's so much anger that runs through my head when somebody does that, and I'm not mad at anybody for it, but when it's a tickle and a fucking scare...
Right.
Straight piss, like I'm pissed. That runs right through my veins, and
that's amazing.
But then I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, for 1 second, whoever it is got me super fucking angry.
I'm sure I've sent you videos of me tickling Harper.
Yeah.
She's so
Dude, her
ticklish.
laugh is hilarious.
Dude, when she gets going, it's the best laugh of all time. But so story, not really about Jerry, definitely more about me. But
Jeez.
well, I sent these messages to Jerry. So yeah.
Are they dirty?
Yeah, they are.
I'm ready for them. I got my Sour Patch Kids ready.
So yesterday, like I said, obviously moving. I need boxes. That's what those are over there. And
From the Up store?
yeah. But he said he had a couple boxes that I could have. So yesterday after work, I was going to go over there, grab them, hang out for a minute or whatever. I ended up falling asleep here. Mm-hmm. Didn't even think about it when I woke up or anything, just kind of did whatever. And then I'm going to bed, and I took a nap that day, which is terrible for me to do.
Yeah, because you're probably not going to go to sleep.
Yeah, so it's 3 a.m. right now at this point, and I'm like, fuck, like I was supposed to go over to Jerry's, like shit. So I texted him, if you're under 18, you should probably fast forward about 45 seconds, probably more than that, a couple minutes. Well, at first, this is 2:57 a.m. Bro, I totally passed out after work and then totally forgot about stopping by, LOL. That was it, 2:57 a.m. And then at 3 a.m., I decide to just
Fuck with them?
kind of, but just put some stuff out there. Just put some stuff out there. Because it's 3 a.m., I'm in a goofy mood, texting my best friend. I know for a fact he's asleep. And I'm like, I don't want him to wake up to that. That's a boring text to wake up to.
Right, so let me hit him with...
So I said...
Oh, jeez.
I said, and yes. Dude, I can't believe I'm saying this. Sorry if you're a family member and hearing this. So I said, and yes, I'm just now remembering at 3 a.m. after I already jacked off, but that's how you know it's real. Once the cum's gone, all that's left is true love, and you came to mind. Basically, we were meant to be together in life and tonight, and I blew it. I'm hoping I can make it up to you by blowing you sometime soon.
Oh, my God. That was so romantic.
I know. If that's not best friend material, I don't know what is.
Did he ever reply back?
He did later. He didn't even acknowledge it. What a fucking douche. He said, I didn't want to text you when I woke up just in case my boy was actually getting some shut-eye. And that was it. And then he invited me to dinner, so.
Oh, okay.
There's that.
Hell yeah. See, it works.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to get a date with somebody,
You're right.
just let them know how you really feel about when you're masturbating.
No, after I was already done. That's how you
After
know it
you're
was
done.
real.
Yeah.
Because we always say, rub one out, and if you still feel the same afterwards, then it's real. But
Word.
a lot of times it's not, and there's something on your mind. But yeah, I just wanted to share that story. Actually, I didn't want to share that story, but it was a funny
But
story.
you shared the story.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So good work.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I'm speechless.
That's a first.
Yeah, that's a good story.
Thank you.
I would, I don't know how I'd feel about waking up to that. I've woke up to
We
random.
can test it out.
I've woke up, dude. I woke up to so much random shit from you though.
Oh, dude. Okay, yeah, that was another reason I wanted to bring this up is because of that.
There's so much random shit.
Dude, and you don't even get half of it because you never respond to any of it.
Sometimes I don't.
So most of the time you don't. Let's be real. 85% of the time you don't.
No.
So all this stuff gets sent to Steve. And I was thinking about that too. Like, it's got to be so hard to be my friend.
No, I mean, I love it. I love it. I may not respond to it, but it gets me.
Dude, I'm the only friend that will send you something at 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 11:30 a.m.,
It's true.
3 p.m., 7 p.m., 11:52 p.m., 1:15 a.m., 2:47 a.m., and then back again at 7 a.m.
Boom. The cycle starts over again.
I'm always sending people shit.
It's true.
I feel so bad, but
and then we'll get caught up in conversations, dude, in Messenger, text, and then we're in freaking Snapchat.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's just like whatever I'm trying to send you, like the easiest platform to do it on. It's usually on Messenger for you, because you have an Android, so I can't send you videos over text or they'll get all condensed and shitty.
That's true.
So I do it over Messenger. But yeah, like, and I relate that to like what I was saying about when I was a kid, though. It's not about me now, but I'm like, hey, watch this, check this out. Isn't that cool? I'm like, what is that?
You're a child.
Well, like,
you sound like Caden when he plays his game all the
Right.
time. Dad, look. Dad, you know what this game is?
Exactly.
Dad, look at this. Do you see this gun?
Right.
Look what it can do.
Right.
Look at this level.
Dude, that was so me as a kid, and now it's, I mean, I guess kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't this cool? Check that out. What do you think of that?
See, it just follows you.
Don't I like cool shit? Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But,
It's like you're looking for the approval.
yeah.
Look at it.
But see, and that honestly kind of plays into the next thing, the semi-serious one that I want to talk about. But I don't think it's that, because I've thought about that too. I'm like, am I like trying to get the approval of people? And I don't think that's what it is for me. Like, I think I'm just like genuinely like, hey, this is fucking cool, and I think you think this would be cool too.
I want everybody to be on your level.
I don't know. I guess. I don't know if that's the right way to put it.
It is, because I said it.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something that I've realized that I do a lot. And it's probably hard to be my friend with, especially if you don't silence your phone at night.
Yeah, mine is. I still got my long johns on.
Your watch vibrate all throughout the night?
No. I mean, it probably does, but I'm going to sleep through that shit.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
I did learn to put my freaking work phone on silent, because I would get an email, like these hourly emails, and sometimes it'll come at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And that shit'll just ding if it's on loud, and I'm like, fuck.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, now the next step is learning how to do that while you're on the podcast.
I know that shit was louder.
It was.
I just heard it go ding.
The last topic I had, and it's kind of a more serious one, but like I think it's good to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's just like people being insecure. Like, obviously I know
Excuse me.
where that stems from and like all this kind of stuff.
Excuse me.
Right when I get serious, dude. Come on.
My bad. We're good now.
But I honestly think being insecure is the worst thing that you can do in your life.
Yeah, but it's
easy to do and it's understandable. But I think
the fucking internet's made it even more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not debating that at all. But I think once you become truly secure with who you are, everything else is fine. You're able to handle everything else.
Yeah.
Kind of. You know what? I don't know how to put it, but like, I just feel like if you're secure with yourself or your situation or whatever it is, you'll be comfortable enough to not let people, like we were talking about last week, like walk all over you and things like that. You'll stand up for yourself. You'll go for the goals that you want. You'll have the confidence to talk to that chick or not care about it or whatever it is, because internally you know who you are and you're secure and all that kind of stuff.
It's like you know your worth.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. I think, and that's something obviously everybody struggles with, but I just think once you get that down, and I'm not saying, you
just stuttered.
Yeah, I know, that was weird. I just had a seizure, dude.
You just straight stuttered.
I just have cut. No. But I don't know. I think I'm not saying be, what's the word for not realistic?
Fake.
You were supposed to say unrealistic.
Oh shit. You did set me up pretty well on that one.
I'm not saying like, don't I'm not saying be unrealistic with yourself. Like, obviously, know your flaws and all that kind of stuff too. But my overall point is, like, I'm a very secure person. That doesn't mean I think I'm the best person or I'm the best at everything or the smartest or whatever. But I'm very secure with who I am and what I need out of life or job or whatever it is. And that just helps me dictate kind of what's important in my life and what's not. It gives me a very easy road to navigate when it's like, okay, this happened. I don't give a shit about that. And I'm secure enough to say that. So I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
Or I'm secure enough to say, well, that really affected me, and I need to, reflect on it or whatever it is. But I feel like being insecure is just like a detriment to basically every aspect of your life. I really believe that. And I know it's very difficult I think to kind of conquer that. I'm not saying it's an easy thing.
I think it's even more difficult because it's something that's very hard to teach people.
Yeah, it's all internal. That's the problem.
Well, not only that, but I think you have to go through some shit as well.
Maybe, yeah.
To kind of get to that point. Because I wasn't always the way that I am.
Right.
I had to kind of get fucked over in order to be, fuck everybody else. I need to do what's best for me. And as long as I'm happy, I'm going to make others happy.
Right. But, I mean, at the same time, and I'm not saying this is what you meant, but, like, I'm not saying be selfish either. You know what I mean? Like, you just said fuck everybody. But, and I'm not saying, again, that you meant it in that way.
Oh, absolutely not. And some people will take it like that, and it's not like that at all. But I'm putting my family first and me first.
Right.
Like, point blank. And that's it. And, like, that's how it goes. And if you're my person, you're a close friend to me, like, that's what's up. And, like, I'll be there for you. But it's always going to be my family or me first because that's the most important to me.
I just think it's important for everybody to kind of take a internal inventory of themselves and figure out what they're good at, what they need, what they like, what they don't like about people, because like a big part of being secure and being happy and being able to kind of do whatever you want with the confidence you want and all that kind of stuff is also the ability to say no.
Yeah.
You have to be secure enough, even if it's like beneficial. Like, so for example, obviously a cool thing for the podcast would be if like a network or something wanted to pick us up or something along those lines, right? That would obviously be really cool.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we have to have a conversation about it's the IP, it's the intellectual property of the show. Essentially, a lot of networks would want us to sign over the IP of the show to them so that they own the show. So that if we leave the company, we can't bring the show with us. But I say this because I am secure enough in myself and our show, and I have enough confidence in the content that we put out that if a network came and said, hey, we'll give you, $50,000 or whatever a year or whatever it is to do the show, but we own the show, I'd probably turn it down.
Right.
Because that's giving them all the power and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's true, if that were to happen, but in theory,
if that were the case.
Yeah, in theory, I'm secure enough. And even if I did it, I would be secure enough in that decision as well.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons I say at the time. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just every decision, not every decision, but a lot of the big decisions you make, you have to do it from a secure standpoint. Because if you're insecure about a decision or even like, I don't know, a relationship, a new job, a big purchase, all this kind of stuff, like, it's just going to potentially, not always, but it's going to potentially steer you down the wrong road, especially of, like, resentment or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of piggyback on that, like, doing things with confidence helps a lot, too.
Right.
So not only being able to, like, stand your ground and things of that nature, but doing things with confidence can actually get you out of sticky situations too.
Right.
Like
it'll get you out of a lot more than being insecure will get you into.
Yeah. Well, and on top of
that, said that right, but
I know where you're coming
right.
from. But like the person I was with today at the warehouse is pretty good on the forklift, right? And we got into a situation where the shit got tilted and like was about to come off, and if we would have moved the pallet or the forklift a certain way, like this shit was gonna drop. So I just got on there and literally just looked at the situation, and I was like, all right, we're going to make it happen. And it took me like 5 or 10 minutes to get like everything through, and I was going so slow, but I had confidence where I was like, dude, I'm going to get this down.
Right.
And, dude, I just and then finally was able to get it down. But I was like thinking to myself now, if I didn't have that confidence, like that's where mistakes can be made at, and that's where shit can happen and go a lot more south and be worse.
That's when you panic. That's when when you try to force something because you think you need to, or you're maybe not confident enough to be like, hey, Baker, I need help. I don't know how to do this or whatever. If you're insecure, if you don't want to accept that it's okay for you not to know something or know how to do it or whatever. But yeah, if you're not secure in that situation or you're not confident in that situation, it's very easy for you to ram it in there and knock something over.
Oh, dude, I could have broke a dock door at this new place, like this place that we're renting at, and that would have been like a full pallet. That's like 288 things of freaking chalk that would have been ruined.
Oh, man.
But I was just like, whatever. Right. Like, I wasn't even looking at the value of what I could have done to mess up. I'm just like, I'm looking at it as I'm getting this bitch down.
Right.
It's just how.
But the confidence and everything slowed your reaction time. You know what I mean? In a good way, in a positive way. Because sometimes, obviously, you have to react off instincts on occasion. But a lot of times, for most situations, you have a couple seconds at minimum to really think and analyze what's going on and kind of go figure out what the best course of action is. If you're insecure and you're not confident, you're going to panic. And cause potentially more problems. You know what I mean? So even in that situation, I think it comes down to
being secure.
Not being insecure.
Freaking eyelash in my eye.
Well, you are secure enough to get it out of your eye on the episode.
Word.
No, but I honestly think, and again, it's not me saying that I'm the best at everything and I'm the coolest guy ever, or anything like that. I am very comfortable with who I am, and I know who I am, and I know to some extent, obviously, like my limitations and what I need and what I don't need. And obviously, there's always going to be wiggle room depending on situations or whatever.
Right.
But I think being able to live a happy life in general, you have to start by being secure with yourself and your decisions and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's super important.
I agree. And, I think I try to teach my kids that as well.
Right.
Like letting them know that you can like whatever you like.
Right.
You can have your style, whatever your style is. But I also let them know, like, there's going to have different opinions. Like, me and my daughter, she'll be like, I can't believe you don't like those shoes. Like, I think they're ugly.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's okay if you like them. Yeah.
But I even told her, I was like, I think it's dope, though, that we both like music and we both like shoes. You know what I'm saying? But, like, we both have different styles of each one.
Right.
I said, it doesn't mean that, like, your music sucks or my music sucks. It's just, like, I said, me and Adam are the same way.
Right.
Well, I said, we both like the same music, but then we both kind of like different music. But we like it for good reasons.
Yeah.
But I said it's something that a lot of people can relate to is both of those things. Like people like the style and people like listening to music. So I just try to teach her that you can have your own style, like your own style, and make your own style, and fuck what everybody else thinks. Like,
yeah, I mean,
they can have their opinions.
Yeah, I think everything comes down to not being insecure and being at least a little bit confident in whatever it might be, and like you said earlier, your self-worth.
Yeah. Like it's about the balance.
Yeah, like for me, I have no self-esteem, but I have a lot of self-worth. And that's a weird thing. But I think a lot of people are juggling that.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are going through that. Like, so to me, I'm like, you're a piece of shit. Like, all this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? But, like, at the same time, if somebody came to me with an offer or a job or whatever, or even a relationship, I know what I bring to the table. I know what my value is in the sense of, what I bring to the table. So I need somebody to match that level or better or whatever, or, however it is. But it all comes, and that's how I kind of search for a partner is, who can, I don't want to say who can I benefit from. That's obviously not the right
but
phrase.
But essentially, kind of.
But it's who can I build with, you know what I mean? And that has to do with friendships and everything. Like I don't have shithead friends. And that's because I'm
true.
I mean, that's because I'm confident enough to say I don't need you around me. You know what I mean? You're doing nothing. You're dragging me down with you.
You're not benefiting me whatsoever.
Yeah. And by benefit, I could be saying hanging out, getting my mind off stuff, you know, having a laugh. It's not necessarily what can you do for me type thing, but to some extent it needs to be.
I agree.
It needs to be at least neutral. It can't be going backwards, essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like you gotta bring, what is the word that I'm looking for?
Because value's not the right word. But
essentially it is though.
But it kind of is, yeah.
But does like your presence bring value? Like, do you put me in a good mood? You know what I'm saying? Do your conversations bring value to the table?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do your opinion, like things of that nature? I think so. When it comes down to it, I say, do you bring value? Yeah.
Right.
Do you bring value to my life?
But yeah, that's the thing. But I think you just have to be secure with what you're looking for, what you need. And if somebody doesn't meet that criteria, that doesn't mean they're a bad person.
Don't be afraid to be like, hey.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they're a bad person or you got to be mean to them or anything like that.
They're
but
just not.
It's just not a fit sometimes. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And we all hang out with work friends and stuff, and it's like cool and all that. But once you get to know them a little more, you're like, I think I'll keep them at this distance. You know what I mean? Or they'll become a really good friend. It just kind of works out that way. But I just think so many people are trying to prove something to themselves, to their family, to their friends, and all this kind of stuff because they need that approval.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how I was saying I think all this kind of works in together.
It does.
It's like I send you guys that stuff, and I don't think it's for approval because I don't need anybody's approval. I think it's just because I think it's cool. But a lot of people do need other people's approval.
Yeah, so they'll send that type of shit.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just an interesting thought I had recently. I think it's like the most important thing in the world is knowing your worth and being secure with who you are.
It is, and I think a lot of people struggle with it just because the internet's fucking crazy,
right?
And I feel like a lot of people get their opinions out on the internet, and a lot of people listen to those more now,
right?
So I feel like that's stealing people having their own opinions,
right?
And essentially becoming more followers than leaders.
Dude, did I ever tell you back when I was a kid, what I used to say when I was a kid? Apparently, I don't remember this.
What?
But my parents always, a lot of people's parents said this, be a leader, not a follower kind of thing. And I guess when I was like 5 or 6, they would say that, and I would say, like, hey, Dad, I am a leader. I just don't have any followers yet. Like, at a young age. Like,
there you go.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't. It's a weird thing to think. Like, I just think self-care, self-worth, all that kind of stuff, being comfortable with yourself. Because, like, and I mean, honestly, I could go on about this forever. But, like, I mean, we've talked about it when, like, other people are, like, maybe talking shit about me or, like, whatever it might be. And it's never bothered me.
Right.
Ever. I think you could agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's because I know who I am. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, they're a shitty person. Like,
and you're a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I already know this.
Right. But I don't know. It's just something to think about, guys. Like, obviously, it's easier said than done. But I just think working on that can branch off into helping literally every other aspect of your life.
I agree. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Okay.
Well, yeah. This is an interesting episode. It's one of the episodes where there's only us two. So
yes,
I
that
think,
went all over the place.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I think it kind of connected somehow.
It circled back.
There you go. It circled back. I noticed in the edits of the last episode, you dropped a circle back.
I did.
Nobody caught it.
Not at all.
Not even me. But on the edit, on the playback, I see you. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out the episode. Subscribe, like, share, all that kind of stuff. It literally takes you a millisecond to do, and it sounds dumb, but it helps us out so much.
So please do it.
Please do it. Patreon.com/AverageAF Podcast. Like I said, if you guys want to do a one-time donation of $10, $5,
150,000,
150,000, whatever it is, you can do that at patreon.com/AverageAF Podcast. Anything else you want to say before we let the people go?
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
That's all I got.
Weird episode. Whatever.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Until next week.
Peace.